Hello. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Shay, and I just spread words from the Lord that He places on my spirit. This season is one called Obedience, and I'm just being obedient to the voice of the Lord. So the other day, I was in prayer, and in my mornings, I like to start them off either with worship or by listening to guided prayers. And I was listening to this prayer, and there was this scripture that stuck out to me. Now, I've heard it many times, so it's not like anything new. But one thing about the Lord is He can minister something in a way to you that you may have heard it before, but the way that He breaks it down is going to be a little bit different. So this scripture is Luke 16 verse 10, and it says, "He who is faithful in a very little thing is also faithful in much. And he who is dishonest in a very little thing is also dishonest in much." And so, what God was ministering to me with, he who is faithful with very little, pretty much He will bless you with much. And what hit my spirit is just how God don't really ask much of us, y'all. And the beautiful thing about it is once you do what He has asked you to do, like once you say the word or the thing to the person He's asked you to say, or once you've stepped out on water and done the thing that He's asked of you, once you get to the other side of that, you realize that it's really not much. And so I was just sitting in that because God don't ask much of us, but the way that He will bless you for your obedience is like exceedingly abundantly more than you can ask and you can think. And so I was just sitting in that, and it reminded me when I was younger, and I was in church, and we were in what's called like it's like Sunday. It's like a summer church thing. So I grew up Baptist, and we were there, and my pastor at the time had asked. He was like, "This is a question for the children," and he was asking us about faith and like, how do you know that God is like really with you, you know? And me being me back then, I was still bold, y'all. Like, it's taken me a while to be bold as far as getting in front of a camera. But at the time, I was very bold. And I said, "Ooh, I know." I was like, I know that God is with me and that He has, like, that He provides, because there's been times when I looked around, like, we grew up without having a lot of things, but God will always make a way. Like, my grandma would spend her last, but we had a meal. Like, we always had clothes. We always had shoes. Like, we didn't go without. We always had the necessities. And so it just brought me back to that, because even then, God didn't ask much, but He rewarded a lot. Like, we never went without a thing. And then I think back to now, how when, like, when it's all said and done, God, like, He will really bless you for stepping out on faith. And it's like when you're faithful with the little, He will bless you with a lot. And another thing that it brought to my spirit was just how I have really been planting little seeds for months now, where I would just like support other people, like support their businesses, whether it's cups, whether it's the eyelashes I have. Like, there was a student that needed someone to do it. Like, I allowed this student to work on my eyelashes. Like, just planting little seeds, and you just don't know what will blossom from that. And so I just want to leave this with y'all. He who is faithful in a very little thing is also faithful in much. So if God can trust you with a little, if God can trust you with a little money, if God can trust you with little clothes those little shoes, with a small home, if God can trust you with the little things, just know that He will then trust you with much more. If He can trust you with a little channel, with a little following, with a little bit of people who support you, just know at some point that little will become much, because seeds don't stay in the ground. The seeds have to come up. And so just know that at some point the little things that you're doing will add up to a much. And the Lord just placed that on my spirit, and I hope and I really pray that this blesses someone else the same way that it blessed me. If you were touched by this message, I really do like to interact with you guys, so you can leave a comment, you can like, and you can subscribe. Have a beautiful day.